At last, here I am at the start of the Atchafalaya River, the largest swamp in the United States, actually maybe in North America, the largest swamp, the Atchafalaya Basin.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, how are you?
Alright. Cruising on down the river, aren't you?
Yep.
That's a beautiful day to do that.
Awesome.
Where are you headed to?
The Gulf?
Go?
Started in Montana.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah.
Hey, well, enjoy yourself, man. Have a safe trip. I got him. I don't want that mama to hear him though. Lord Jesus, I don't want that.
Oh, come on now, that brings some excitement out.
I'm gonna show my mama.
Hold on. Gotta turn around here again.
All the way down here from Montana to P-Road.
Yeah.
You bet, you either retard or you retarded.
Probably a little of both.
Yeah, they got alligators all along that bank there.
Right.
Commercial fishing in the basin.
Yeah. That's what everybody tells me. That's what everybody tells me, that the fishing's...
Oh yeah, this used to be a big way of life, but you're looking at the last ones.
Yeah.
They got about 3 or 4 left, and that's it.
What's caused that? What's caused the decline?
Well, the market and age all the younger people, I mean, they just, you know, like I said, I got myself, can be 3 more in the whole nation. A couple of the others don't even do it year round, they do it just short time. Right or wrong? I do it year round. Matter of fact, I just had to get me some help there within the last month. So I'm 78 and it's starting to get a little bit of burn on my muscles. But I've done it all my life.
That kind of fish, there a market for it?
Yeah. Like I said, I've done this ever since I was with my dad at the age of 7 years old. He was a fisherman, you know, in the days.
Yeah.
In the 40s. And because I did other jobs, but I mean, this is primarily, but 90% of my living was always been this.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's, well, like I said, I'm starting to, my pain is starting to catch up with me. Otherwise, I love this better than anything else. You know, if it's in your blood, I guess it winds up in your blood.
Yeah. What's your average catch in a day? You know,
right now we averaging what we're doing. We're feeding at this time of the year. We feed mostly for buffalo. Catfish and buffalo too, but
okay.
We average anywhere 900, 2,000, sometimes 11 pounds. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Just sitting out there in the water looking at me. Gator, 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 gator. That's looking pretty good. Getting close. Boy, I wish y'all could smell that. Too bad a camera doesn't pick up the taste. Wow. Man, that's good. Woohoo! Or as you say here, aye! Oh, great. Awesome steak.
That's the sleep. Everything I'm showing you around here today, and everywhere we're gonna go, this is pretty much all where I was raised by my grandfather and my father, and this is just everything they taught me, and always asked me to teach my kids and show my kids and share with others. So that's why I like bringing you yourself, you know, just to see everything what I'm about to show you today. Just where I was raised, all these swamps, we crawfish, fish, trapped a little bit, not much trapping, but this is all my heritage right here.
crawfish. That's pretty amazing. How big that tree is.
Right, that's 100 years old. Hollow on the inside, look at the top.
That's a nice big old tree.
It's at least 100 or so years old. I bet he saw many a sunrise and sunsets. The mold goes about 6 feet up the trees. That's where the water was when we had the big flood. That's how high the water got. You can actually see on that tree over there, you see about 10, 12 feet up the tree, the line.
Mm-hmm.
That's where our water was this year. This tree right here, you can see it also.
Yeah.
That's how much water we had when the Marganza flooded.
Yeah, so in the 2011,
Yes,
when the Mississippi flooded and...
Mississippi flooded, that's how much water we got here.
Man, I bet that was good for the swamp.
It was bad for our crawfish season because they had so much water. You see all the underbrush we have?
Right.
When you're dropping a crawfish trap from that high,
oh yeah,
you got to make sure it sets flat on the bottom, and it killed us really, you know.
But overall, in the long term...
Overall, in the long term, it gave us a lot of fresh water. You know, it flushed the whole the ecosystem, I guess you would call it. It flushed everything, and it got us all new water, and it did make for a better season this year.
Yeah.
This year, the guys are doing really, really well.
Yeah.
I mean, I started here at the age of 3 to 4 years old. My grandfather said I was in the boat. He passed away at the camp you slept at last night, and if I had my choice, that's where I hope I go. You know, I don't want, you can't take me out of this. I've moved 2 or 3 times and I've been right back. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. You go to work in the morning crawfishing, look, this is my office. We're in my office right here.
And where did you bury your dad?
I spread his ashes in the river that you paddling down, right in front of our camp. That's where he wanted to be. That's where he wanted to be. We brought his urn out there. It's a tradition. We stay the last 9 days of hunting season every year. And for the last 9 days, we brought his urn out there. We let him chill with us for the last 9 days. And same tradition, the last day we float down the river all the way back to the landing. And we had a little service for him, the group of hunters that hunt with us at our camp. We said a little prayer and a little quiet time. We spread his ashes and went about our way. That's why I'm in the boat so much. I feel he's with me every time I'm out here, you know. It's hard to explain. It's just a feeling. It's a feeling it's unexplainable. Really. It gets to my heart being out here, it really does. One day, me and my son, we was fishing. I'd bring my son with me. We went this one little spot we had been fishing all year, struggling. Lights was about to get turned off. We had just enough money. It sounded like a storybook kind of story, but we had just enough money to go out one more time. We went from catching 3 sacks off of 120 traps to 15 sacks overnight. And it really made me think, you know, that, you know, some people's I'm not superstitious, but I'm a firm believer that you getting work for what you want, the good Lord's gonna provide it when you need it. And I think that's kind of how it went, because there's nothing had changed. You know, the water didn't rise, the water didn't fall, we didn't use no special bait. We just did everything we've been doing, but it was at the time to where, okay, look, this is it. We're gonna go this time. If we don't make it, we don't make it. And we went from like 3 to 5 sacks to 15 overnight. Same amount of traps. Didn't do nothing no different. And then it worked out, you know. It pulled us out our hole, and we had a good season the rest of the year. We stayed at 15 sacks every day. So here's your good one, Andy.
Aye.
About 5. And we got a blue one. Very rare. Blue, you can. That's a good sign to show. It's a good sign for a good crop this year. We're gonna try and save him. Put him right there, let him eat a little while. I had a good buddy of mine, Paul Proctor. Never been golf fishing in my life. Last year, me and him went, showed me how to make the steel leaders. You use mullet. You catch some mullet, and you string your mullet on the steel leader. You throw them on a jug. It could be a milk jug, any kind of jug, and you throw them out. But mostly do it at night in the bay. You can do it in here too. They got some big ones in here. But that is fun.
What's the biggest you've gotten?
8.5 feet, 100 pounds in this boat.
Yeah.
In this boat. My son was with me. I don't see the hammer, but I got 8 freezer goes in here. He was on the front of the boat, and he wanted to kill a garf. Well, we don't kill him at the time. You just tap him on the head and stun him. But he wanted to do the garfish. I said, okay. Well, I grabbed the cork, and when I pulled his head up, and the head come up on the side of the boat, and he saw how big that thing was, he threw that hammer down and he run to the front of the boat. He didn't want nothing to do with that garfish. But yeah, 8.5 feet was the biggest I've caught, and the most I caught was 46 in one night, and the smallest one might have been 5 feet, 4 feet, 4 or 5 feet. Averaged at about 50 to 100 pounds. The fish was my heaviest. 50 being the average. 50 pounds being the average. But that's a job. You gotta go get the bait, get your leaders, bait all your leaders, get off. Then you go catch them all night. Then you gotta come in that morning, clean it, then go sell it. So it's not just going catch them and you're done with that. It's a process to it. But it's fun. It's fun. It's not like go and catch your alligator tied to the tree like they do on them TV shows.
Yellow camp, cooking up some chicken and sausage gumbo. Aye.
The way it went was the Army Corps of Engineers was doing all this work, so they made everybody on the management, where they was designating the management area, move. So by that time I was 2 or 3. They tore our camp down, And we came up here and got this spot, and we moved here. And my grandfather fished, supplied the family from here. You know, he raised me from the age of 3 coming out here. He was never one in town. When I used to get in trouble missing school coming out here with my grandfather. But anyway, he just wanted me to learn the ways he did, because his father had him trapping and everything as a kid out of pirogues, canoes, whatever. And it's just something they passed on to me. And my dad wasn't around too much, but he was around when he was around. It was mostly out here where I seen it. And it stuck, and you know, you can't pass it up. I can't. I mean, some people can go for the fast cars in the city, but this is us. This is what it's meant to be.
He's wanting to get in the movie one more time.
All right.
Oh, just a little baby 10-foot alligator.
I'm working my way. I start about 5-6 miles down the river and work my way up.
Do you have a lot more to check today?
I've got about another 200 hooks up on. We were using these little saltwater menhaden pogies.
Yeah.
And now that this river is up and got a little color to it, you wouldn't need shrimp. But,
You use like the grass shrimp,
yeah,
or?
Right, but the shrimp are hard to come by.
Yeah.
We don't have, for some reason, the last few years, we don't have a good population of river shrimp anymore. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah. I understand on the Mississippi they used to have a lot of river shrimp, and they were overfished to the point that there's hardly any left now.
Well, I keep saying that too, because here's what's happening. The fishermen, we used to take what we need.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a gallon or so a day, a gallon and a half a day. Well, we've got people now that's fishing them commercially and selling them for bait shrimp.
Yeah.
And I really believe that's the problem.
Oh, yeah. Well, what do you do with sturgeon down here? You
Turn them back.
throw them back?
It's just a nuisance to me.
Yeah. How about the paddlefish? Are they the same way? You just throw them back?
Yeah.
What else do you catch?
Gas bagoo.
Yeah.
At times of the year, like this time, we get some stingrays.
Oh, really? All the way up here?
Yep, we get stingrays. I get 15, 20 a day. And how they came against a flood like that?
It's amazing.
The only thing I could see was it was hot, and that flood was clear. That water was clear. Never seen that in my life. That kind of a flood. I'm totally satisfied. You know, the fishing. Years ago, when I was raising the family, back in '58, we used to come out here and fish. We used to fish at night, from 4 in the afternoon all night long, and we couldn't catch 100-pound fish. And that's what the wife said. You wanted to get out of fishing so bad years ago? I said yes, because we couldn't catch any. So now that I haven't retired, not say retired, I'm not retired, but I don't do all the other things, shrimp and everything else. I also fish crawfish real heavy until 2 years ago when I gave it up, and I'm just fishing this year round because I have a buyer. The past 10, 15 years we had nobody to buy catfish, and this guy is buying from me all the time. So.
Yeah. Since there's so few actually fishing anymore, has the fishing gotten better because of that too?
Exactly. And we have a crop of big spawn fish in here now. It's tremendous.
After the flood?
Yeah. Well, they don't buy a lot of big fish. So for years there, they didn't buy anything over 4 pounds. So, so we ended up for the last 15, 20 years with a crop of big spawn fish in here that's that when they lay eggs, they're big eggs, and the fish are so big.
Yeah,
But,
that's good.
And that's all I do now. And I tell the wife, I said, we fish crawfish, and I love to fish crawfish, but it's gotten so expensive.
To do it.
60 to 70% expense.
Yeah. What's your ratio on this?
This, I operate on about $35 a day.
Yeah.
So last year I grossed about 41,000. I netted about 34,000.
Yeah.
So crawfish, and to make $34,000, I would have to have caught $75,000 or so worth of crawfish. And that's not easy to do. So,
yeah.
and I enjoy it now because I don't have a lot of competition here. Crawfishing game is highly competitive.
Yeah.
But this, you can see I've got the whole river to myself.
Yeah.
and I enjoy that. I enjoy being to myself.
Yeah.
And, where is the wife? At your age, you're out there. I said, well, dear, when I can't get in the boat no more, then I'll stay home. Well, Andy, you take care.
Yeah, got a big storm blowing in. Look at the waves, it's kicking up. If I tried to make it to Morgan City this afternoon, I'd have been paddling in this. I got off the main river into one of these little bayous. It's pretty nice. Man, isn't this awesome? This is really cool. Back to the river. Whew. Stepped out to stretch my legs and sunk all the way almost to my knees right there in the mud. There have been a few times on this trip where I sunk all the way up past my knees. At least this time it was only up to there. That's pretty bad. It's a sticky mud too, hard to pull yourself out of. Look at that. Aren't those beautiful? Such outstanding beauty, tucked away, hidden back in the swamps. Beautiful. That is an eagle's nest in the middle of the cypress swamp. Those crawfishermen told me to look for it down here, and there it is. No eagles around it, but got a nice shot of an eagle earlier. I've seen at least one eagle every day that I've been through the Atchafalaya. That's the first nest I've seen in quite a while though. Woohoo! Sitting here just outside Morgan City, relaxing in the shade and the cypress. Can't get much better. Woo! From here, it's about 25 miles to the open ocean. Thinking about what an incredible blessing this trip has been. What a joy. It's been phenomenal. It's been amazing. I just can't believe God really has blessed my heart in so many ways. And I've met so many people on my trip who said, wow, I wish I was out doing what you're doing. And all I can say to them is, you got to go do it. Go do it. Make it happen. It's worth it. It is worth it. Go make it happen. It could change your life. And for sure, it'll make you a richer person. Richer inside, richer in your heart, richer in your soul. And you'll be better off being able to say you did it than to say, gee, I wish I could, or I wish I had. Say you did. It's awesome. Woohoo! It is awesome.